Hey class, so today we're going to go over how to do the Chinook jargon activity. So we've looked a little bit about mountain men and the kinds of people that moved west into Washington and Oregon and the Pacific Northwest. And again, they were really independent, but they couldn't do everything by themselves. So what we had was a situation where we have fur trappers who really, really want fur, and we have Native Americans who have a supreme knowledge of how to get that fur. They've been trapping it for literally thousands of years. And so what happened was these fur trappers often went to the Native Americans for help. And Native Americans, you might think again that it was kind of forced on them. In some ways it was, but also Native Americans got stuff out of this deal too. They were able to acquire things like guns and even medicine and horses and all of those. So it ended up kind of being a win-win situation. The problem was Native Americans didn't speak English, and fur trappers and traders and settlers didn't speak Chinook or any of these other languages. So what they did was they came up with something called a jargon. And jargon sounds like a funny word. It's a word I like, but what that word means is a mix of two languages, right? So you can think of it kind of like Spanglish, where maybe you know a little bit of Spanish and the person you're speaking with knows some English, and it's not really either. You might mix between the words. You have some elements of one and some elements of the other. You're not even necessarily giving complete sentences. Instead of saying, "Sir, I would please like to use your bathroom," you might just say "bathroom?" hoping to get the idea across. And so that's what a jargon is a mix of two languages that doesn't function as a full language, but like helps people communicate. And so what you're going to do is be a Chinook jargon trader. So today you are going to be that fur trapper or that trader that really needs to trade with Native Americans. And your job is going to be to use a dictionary of Chinook jargon to translate these phrases, right? So what we have here is 1, 2, 3, and 4 phrases that you might use often out in the wilderness to talk to Native Americans. And what you're going to need to do is use part 2, which is this Chinook jargon dictionary, which is real, by the way. These are actual real words. This is the actual real Chinook jargon dictionary to translate as best you can into the language. Now, the way these work, the first part is the English word, and then the second part is the Chinook jargon word. So some of them you'll notice are the same. Boat is boat. Same thing. That's a jargon, right? Whereas black is klale, right? So as you take a look, you'll see that some words are very similar. Some words are different. Some words like match up really well. Some words you can go, oh yeah, that makes complete sense that word is that word, right? And others, not so much. The other thing you'll notice is if you see the word comma to, like become comma to, that's a verb, to become something, right? So that doesn't mean become comma to. What that means is the action of becoming something else. So if you want to like become wealthy, you would use this phrase, chaco, right? And there are lots of other examples in here that might make more sense, like clear up. So if you want to clear something, if you need to clear something up, like to make sure we understand each other, that verb of clearing up a situation would be that word right there. So if you're looking for verbs, that's what's going on. Now you'll also notice some of these words are not here. If we go to the Chinook jargon dictionary, this says, "Hello, I want to trade with you." So you might go, "Oh yeah, sweet. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to find H. I'm going to go to HEL, and there's no hello. Hello doesn't exist in this dictionary, right? So you might go, well, I'm just not going to have that word. I'm just going to skip it. Do you really want to skip your greeting with someone that you really need something from? Probably not. So you have to figure out a different word to use that's different than hello, but means the same thing. Right? So as you go through this, you're going to have to find that other word that means hello in a different language. So if I go in here, maybe I find, maybe I look for like greetings, right? I don't see greetings in here. So maybe I just kind of scan through and try and find something that kind of matches, right? Like maybe I could say good morning, right? So if I can find good, close, so I could put close, and then I can find morning. So in here then, under Chinook jargon, I would put, as I hit return, I would put close, because that means good. And then I go in here, I'm going to find morning, mosquito, mountain. Oh, there is no morning, Maybe night. Ooh, there we go, night. Pulaklai. That says close pulaklai, which means good night. Now, so you'll notice I'm going to write the Chinook jargon up top, but also it says in English here. What that means is I did not say hello. I said good night. So here I might write, oops, for some reason that is an underline. I might write good night, because that's what I said. I didn't say hello. I had to come up with a different phrase. I had to come up with good night. So that's what you're going to do here for all of these, is write what you wrote Chinook up top and then English down below, so we can see how you translate it, because everyone will translate a little bit differently. And again, you are 100% not going to find all of these phrases in the exact words. So you are going to have to change some things around, right? So how you change it is up to you. What you change around is up to you. And what you decide to say is up to you. So your statements will be very different than someone else's, but they need to mean the same thing. And you need to be careful. For example, there is no word for trade. A student last year tried to put the word take in there. You have to be very careful what words you decide to use in some of these situations. You probably do not want to say, we want to take blankets from you, because that's theft. You could die for that. You can't say that. You can't walk up, hi, Native American, I would like to take this from you. That's not going to go well. And so as you look through this, really pick your, the hard in this assignment is not finding these words, it's finding different ways to say them. So again, your job is to write them in Chinook jargon up top, and then in English, the words that you used down below. You're going to do that for 1, 2, 3, and 4 different topics. And then Thursday into Friday, we will have our quiz on this assignment. So how well you can do this. So let's go ahead. Good luck with this assignment. I'm going to be here to help you in class if you need it. So I highly encourage you to ask those questions. See you later and have a fantastic assignment.